Peace, peace, peace. Relationships and rivers. Relationships and rivers. That's what I want to get off today. Relationships and rivers. Abdul Cool Tafalatat. Wabazun Gama Farragun Shalel Kalun. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Mr. J. Ilaku. What up, fam? Press 2 if you share the video. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. What up, Tutu? What up, Meek? Mocha Savant is in the building. Barbershop Vantage. I see y'all. Michelle Kirk is in the building. So a lot of y'all know I'm having a class. Me and Jasmine are having a class tonight at 9 o'clock called self mastery through self-discovery. And the topic is relationships. What's unique about these classes is you get to ask the questions and we follow what you want. So tonight we're just saying, it's just a whole hour and a half of Q&A, but tonight we're going to be mixing in like some astrology, pieces around relationship languages, and giving out formulas, spells, rituals, candle work specifically for each person who comes, like according to your birthday. So it's going to be like astro magic. But I wanted to talk about relationships this morning because this was on my mind, because I ain't going to have room to talk about this evening. So I want to go ahead and just say this today. Relationships are like rivers, okay? The whole thing about till death do us part got us jacked up. Even in the so-called conscious community or spiritual community or anything like that, a lot of us still holding on to that church-bound way of till death do us part, right? Team Taurus is in the building. What up? Press 2 if you share this video, either on Instagram or on Facebook, or if you watching YouTube. Share it in a group, put it in a relationship group, put it in a magic group, put it in Trill Academy, Trill Alchemy, put it in Magical Mystic, put it in a subconscious community. Please share this video, because even though when people start talking about money, it's always going to come back to relationships. Did you know that all astrology is based off of relationships? Because it's a relationship between the planets and the energies that they're giving off in you. So I'm at the center. Let's say this is an astrology chart, right? I'm at the center of this chart, and the planets are going around, and they're all emitting different energies, different lessons, different messages, different wisdom. And it's how it relates to me, because it's always the translation part. That's what people always come to an astrologer and they say, what does this mean? Peace to the God. 80 Bill Doubles in the building. What does this mean? They want an interpretation of how this energy translates to me, right? So this morning when I got up, I was thinking about tonight, keep it short and just get to the point and let people have the Q&A. I said, but man, relationships is like a river. I was listening to a Garth Brooks song last night about rivers and our vessel. And I have people in my inbox a lot asking me different questions, but like at the present, I have somebody in my inbox asking me about, what to do about a toxic relationship. Now, I don't coach in my inbox, but people write long things, and they were like, well, don't you think because I'll just say something like leave, pack your bags, something like that. Because most of the time, if you got to ask me a bunch of questions, you ain't supposed to be there no way, and you already know the scenario. And you know the answer yourself, but you want somebody to like talk you down from it. But just like water is what's in a river, and things flow through water. But that river is always moving. Why do people want to get in relationships and this is it. This is all I'm doing. I'm just gonna stay right here in this relationship. If you've been in a relationship and it was stagnant, press 4, because that's stability. If you've been in a relationship that's flowing, moving, and you know it changes, and that's how, and you happy with that, press 5 because 5 is for change, right? Um, what up, Meaningful Touch? Peace to the Queen. What up, Jennifer Skaggs? How you doing? Thanks for coming on board. So, relationships and rivers. You can't step into the same river twice. That's like an old, I forgot what a Zen koan. You can't step into the same river twice because the river's always moving. So the relationship is like a river too. So you can't step into the same relationship twice. But it's like some people be running back upstream trying to recreate an adventure or something that they had going on in the past. And I say all that to proceed. Why do so many people want to just be hanging on in their past relationships? They just want to be in the past relationships. They are Serenity. Hey, baby. What up, Shasta? We stay in the past so much about relationships and what they used to look like or could have looked like or all of that. When you get here, please introduce yourself. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. Please state your Team Zodiac and what city and state you rocking as well. And I'm like, man, but it's going to change every day. It's going to change every day. I had a situation the other day where the queen looks at me and she says, it's your birthday. I said, what? And my birthday is in May. She was like, it's your birthday. She was like, if you're going to pick a girlfriend, we was getting something to eat. And she was like, if you're going to pick a girlfriend, who is it going to be? Now I was just like, is this a setup question? Because even though I'm an open relator, means I honestly will let you know what I'm doing when I come into a relationship with you, because my peace is the most important thing, in harmony in me first before I get into any type of other relationships. The queen was just like, I don't know. In the past, that's been the conversation. But then all of a sudden, out the blue, she's like, it's your birthday today. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you pick out one of these queens in here? And I was like, what? Dominican Republic, shouts out. Thank you, Kate. And I was like, it's my birthday. And I was just like, man, this relationship continues to change like a river. The relationship keeps changing like a river. Now, I didn't try to go dig in and all this other type of stuff about all this stuff. I just noticed it and made a mental note that even I'm growing, my partner is growing. Your partner should be growing. Your partner shouldn't be in that same place they were yesterday. They're talking about, oh, when I met you, you're different than when I met you. Ooh, you've changed so much. So you want to have a relationship with the past. Have you ever gotten into a relationship and you were the one accusing your partner of changing? Or have you been in a relationship and your partner was accusing you of changing? Which one have you been in? Were you doing the accusing or was somebody else doing the accusing? Well, for me, I'd be so happy if my partner look at me and say, you've changed. I'd be so happy if it was a ex-partner, or like a lover from back in the day, or somebody I was trying to holler at when I was in college, or something like that, and they look at me and they say, you've changed. Hey, Harmony Bliss, peace, peace, peace. What's your Team Zodiac and what city and state you in? Oh, Sweet Fire Beaners in the building. Hey, baby, what country you in? I miss you. And so, relationships and rivers, you're supposed to be changing. You're supposed to be rising up and down. People say, what is consistent then? The consistent is the flow. If the water just stops, then the water starts to get stinky. Then you get stinky water. You know what I'm saying? And what can I do? What can I do with stinky water? I can't do nothing with stinky water. All I can do is keep flowing and growing. And that's the point. Flow and grow. And that's why, like, back to the class tonight. What is self-discovery? Team Aquarius in the building, in the A. What is, I know Team Sagittarius, we know you'll switch it up for certain. How is it that I'm supposed to be finding out more about myself? I only want to be in a partnership that's going to help me grow. When I go into a partnership, man, I want to talk about the contract. And the contract, even though they said this contract, this is what we're doing, I got flow in the contract. I got honesty in the contract. I got growth in the contract. That's what you're supposed to have in relationships, is how are you going to do that? So I have to do the plug for the class tonight. I'm doing a class every Thursday about where it's question and answer centered by the students who come. And can somebody please type www.selfdiscoveryclass.info so I can pin it? That's where the class is at. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. So every Thursday night, just going forward, I've been wanting to like have a platform where I could just come and teach weekly, not just give my opinion, but let people just ask me questions and let me just answer it and go in, not just on Facebook, because on social media, a person will start asking about a relationship and be concerned about, well, who's watching this? One of my lurkers may see this. You know what I'm saying? So we created a venue on a private webinar that if you don't pay, you can't get in. It's $26. That's just to keep the lights on. That's all. But it's also 26 is a magical number. We want to see who's serious. Wisdom equality is the mathematics on 26. Wisdom equality, all being born to build, destroy. You know what I'm saying? So what's the wisdom? The wisdom is the wisdom to me in this class is that's the most valuable asset that you can ever have in your life is wisdom. It doesn't matter if you want more love, you're going to have to go get some more wisdom. If you want more abundance, you're going to have to get some more wisdom. You want better relationships, you're going to have to go get some more wisdom. It's all about gaining wisdom. To me, wisdom is the highest commodity on the planet Earth. People say to a time is something that you can't get back. Let me tell you, if you lose some wisdom, boy, you in trouble. Time management, I used to think like that. And I know I need time management skills because that's on that billionaire thinking. Billionaires are excellent time managers. But guess what? If time is an illusion, then I better go get wisdom. There are no dumb billionaires. You see what I'm saying? People be trying to talk about Hove. I have to change. The sun is just doing the Thug Thizzle day over here on Instagram. It's just coming over the thing. I can't do nothing about that right now. So in relationships that will continue to grow, I'm looking to learn. I'm looking to learn from the situation. I'm looking to learn from my partner. I'm looking to learn from my own experiences. So if I'm learning, then I'm gaining wisdom. It's all about the wisdom game in relationships. But when you start being stuck in the past and start saying you changed and why you ain't doing this no more and so on and such, then you done. You done. Now you ain't doing wisdom no more. You're doing ignorance, and there's too much ignorance in relationships. If you're not getting, the love, if you ain't getting the happiness, if you ain't getting the sexual fulfillment from the relationships that you're in, then you operating out of ignorance. See, and I'm straight no chaser. So you call me ignorant. Whatever. People, man, it's been a whole lot of talk about people, instead of saying they wise or they're happy in a relationship, they say, oh, I can self-pleasure myself. Or they say something like, I'm celibate. Or yeah, I'm celibate or I'm abstinent. Man, listen, that ain't wisdom. Not if you using it as an excuse. If you using celibacy or anything like that as an excuse, then you really a hypocrite. You're not being wise and being honest to yourself. If you honest with yourself, then you'll say, yo, I may be, as Jasmine said yesterday, a partner repellent. You may be repelling partners away. You might be repelling ideal partners away because your counterfeit personality is bringing in counterfeit personalities. And now you got two counterfeit personalities together and y'all mess around and have a baby or do some business together or try to buy a house or whatever. And then your river ain't nothing but a jar of stale water with bugs in it. And it ain't flowing. Relationships and rivers, man. We are vessels. And when you in a loving relationship, it takes you a loving relationship will take you further along on your journey. What do they make rivers for? What were rivers? What have rivers been used for all through history? Right. Wisdom. She said, wisdom. Ignorance is the lacking of wisdom. No, ignorance is ignoring the facts. Ignorance is not the lacking of wisdom. Ignorance is ignoring the facts. Can I get 5 or 6 people to type that? Ignorance is ignoring the facts. And so a lot of times we have jacked up relationships because we ignore the facts. That's why tonight we're going to be going over your relationship language. So everybody bring your birth chart tonight. Bring your birth chart or your birthday. Go find your birth chart, do a screenshot, print it out, whatever, and bring it tonight. Anybody that you've ever liked, loved, been hurt by, they left you, whatever, bring their birthday. And I'm going to show you how you can find someone's relationship language and what to do with it. All right? I've probably done it a gazillion times on here on live, but tonight I'm going to be very specific because I've never done it with somebody like Jasmine who can say, okay, if your Venus is in Gemini and you're not having a relationship that you want, this is a ritual that you can do. Or if you have Venus in Gemini, then this is the ritual, and you are already having a good relationship and you want to be better, then what should I do? What should I do? All right. It does not take 5 years to abstain from sex after you leave your ex because you had a lot of healing to do. No, sex is healing. Sex is for healing and manifesting. So to abstain from sex for 5 years means that you took out that part of your healing. So sex is healing. That was something that you had going on with the partner, and that's the facts, right? So I want to go back to what have rivers. We're going live on the webinar. So if somebody can type in on Instagram, it's selfdiscoveryclass.info. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. So rivers were always for transportation. Once we got out there and took a boat and hollowed it out, what up, Team Pisces in Raleigh? We could go down the river for transportation faster than running or walking or riding a bicycle or riding a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, honey. And then we started using it to transport cargo, which is really all we are. We are physical. We are meat jackets, as my man Eric calls it. We are meat jackets. You know what I'm saying? This is we're spiritual beings having a human experiment. And so in this experiment, that's why you need wisdom. And relationships is the highest form of experimentation that you can ever have. So you got relationship with yourself, you got relationship with the creator, you got a relationship with your partner, you got relationship with different organs on your body, you got relationships with your money, you got a relationship with earth, the grass that you standing on. You got a relationship with the sun. You got a relationship with crystals. You got a relationship with cars. You got a relationship with politics, relationship with music. There's nothing out here that doesn't go back to relationships, and your taste changes. So you're always experimenting. Every time you enter into a new relationship or even see somebody. I seen this Chocolate Queen the other day, and I was like, ooh-wee. I was already thinking about experimentation. That's what a fantasy is. You know what? A fantasy in your mind is a form of experimentation. Yeah. A fantasy in your mind is a form of experimentation. Is anybody sharing this video on Instagram? I don't know what y'all doing over there, but I know on Facebook they over there sharing it down, and I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm just hitting a couple of people over here on the gram. But so we're supposed to be letting the river take things down the road for us. Take them down. We're supposed to be moving our cargo down the river, or whichever way the river is flowing, up or down. We're supposed to be using the river to move our cargo. Divine Mystic Goddess, what it do? Peace, peace. Don't come over here on Instagram if you ain't gonna share it or you ain't gonna invite 2 people. Now go back to Facebook. I'm just talking junk right now. So this body of ours is just for experimentation. That's why we get so many of them. That's why we are in so many relationships. That's why I don't tell people to be like, oh, well, like I do believe in taking some time to yourself. I do believe in abstaining from sex. I do believe in proper abstinence or proper, what is the word? I don't forgot the word already. What do people always say when they're not abstinent? They'd be like, oh, I'm celibate. But celibate is for spiritual reasons and has an end date. Like I'm doing 100 days of celibacy. But on 101, I'm going to be looking at Shorty over there and be like, what's up? I'm going to be out, I got about 4 more days off of this. Or I might not say nothing for the whole 100 days. But on day 101 to 105, I should be looking for some action. Because that's the prime directive of why you got here. Why are we all here? To generate life. So as soon as you start saying, I'm not participating in sex on a full-time basis because of all the excuses that we have. She crazy, he crazy. I need to heal myself. Woo, 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 woo. Do you know that you done tricked yourself and turn your life directive off? Your life directive is to reproduce. Your life directive is to be creative. Your life directive is to grow. How many people have heard me say, growth is the purpose, everything else is the result? Type that if you've heard me say it. We're going to see how many people. Growth is the purpose, everything else is the result. So how you just came over here talking about, well, I'm going to just, abstain from sex forever, or it took me this long to heal. No, you lack the wisdom, because you can get anything up out of your system in a good 6 months, period. There ain't cancer, leukemia. You can get up out of a wheelchair. Maybe a wheelchair you may need a little more than 6 months. But something inside of you, especially something spiritual, you just lack the wisdom. And you probably are ignorant to some things because we get to be so parroty and repeating what other people say in relationships. We sometimes start parroting what other people say and take that as our truth. But it really ain't. You got to look at the facts and be like, what's the facts about me? Am I toxic? Do I have stinking thinking? Am I self-disrespectful to myself? Do I not support me in my own journey? These are the questions that you got to look at yourself and not ignore them. So and then you come up into a relationship. And for me, I'm going to hold a mirror because I'm looking for the mirror to be held too. But it's a 3-way mirror. Past, present, and potential. That's the reflections. Just the 3 reflections: past, present, and potential. So when I see like a Dr. Gibson or Kalinde Iyi, that's my mirror, and I'm their past, because they look at me as the young buck on the come up, and I look at them as my potential. If I get my act together and keep striving and honoring the masters that came before me and strive to follow in their example. Ain't you heard? Ain't that what we always say in the Tai Chi class? We honor and respect the masters that came before us. Why? Because I'm honoring them and I'm striving in that. That's my potential. But also the river keeps flowing, so I can't be exactly like them either. But I can see if that was a good example, then I'm going to honor that. I see somebody come and ask me, and they say, well, what does moon in Pisces mean? Then that's my past reflection, because I used to didn't know what moon in Pisces was either. But then I look at somebody like, man, it's a whole lot of y'all. Rashid, Gabrielle, and Amina in the Tantra field, or somebody in something where I feel that they're my peer, and they call me to talk about what the planets are doing, and what about this eclipse, or such and such and such and such, or let's build on some money, or what about Instagram, or my man Derek Kelly who doing Forex. We used to be present reflections. Now he done advanced. So now he's my potential reflection. He's showing me what will happen if I'm consistent and I stay on the river and stay off the banks and stay in whole course. That's what they call the Sirafa Mustaqim for Muslims. Are you holding course? Are you holding your course in the river, or you keep pausing and making excuses and pulling over and denying the facts? So the class that we have in the night at 9 o'clock. Selfdiscoveryclass.info is about giving you more facts. That's all I want to do. I want to give you enough facts so you can grow into wisdom. I can't give you wisdom. No one can give you wisdom. Let me put that, let's all write that down. No one can give you wisdom. Oh, that's my house. Wisdom is acquired. Wisdom is gained through experience. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. So when I see people who are afraid to try things, then guess what? You beating yourself. You beating yourself on developing your own wisdom faculty. What one of my 5% brothers at? Self-esteem, you still on here? You want to come over here and build on wisdom? What a God at? Let me see. If he on here, he getting snatched in. He go to work so often though. So yeah, no one can give you wisdom. You have to develop it. Michael Phoenix is in the building. So tonight, that's what we're doing. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. We want to give you facts. We want to give you knowledge so you can go out there and really actively participate in life and start gaining the ground that you've been missing because you've been making excuses. You've been, you've been ignoring the facts. If you ignoring the facts long enough, you'll be permanently ignorant. If you acknowledge the facts all the time, then you'll be permanently somebody who's considered wise. You know what? And I normally say it really doesn't matter what other people think of me, but I really do appreciate it when somebody says, Khayr, you have a lot of wisdom. To me, that's probably the highest compliment. Yeah, I get a lot of compliments that people might not think is a compliment. Like, how can you stay relaxed so much? Why is it that you don't have to have all the answers to the questions? You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? And I get it because I'm taking on life. I'm here to grow. Everything else is the result. I didn't come down here to be a great husband, great teacher, a felon, or somebody living in the projects. I didn't come down here to be a billionaire. I didn't come down here to be a spiritual guru. I didn't come down here to be a failure. I didn't come down here to be bankrupt. I didn't come down here to be your teacher. All of that is a result of my growth. If I'm growing up, then I'm going to have the agreeable things, the fruit, like these trees behind me. I'm going to have more pineapples and more mangoes in my life if I want to grow up. But roots grow down. If I want to grow down, somebody broke into my house a long time ago and stole my computer. That still was growth, but it was disagreeable growth. Man, I had a female who I was really into who lied to me and really hurt my feelings, you know what I'm saying, and did something which I call betrayal. Really more than one. Guess what? I disagreed with it, but it was still a part of my growth because roots that go down into the earth, how do roots get into the earth? They growing down. They're not even trying to grow up. They growing down. So you get to choose when you become an adult and a functional, mature, spiritual being about which way am I going? Am I going up? Am I going down? It's your choice of which way you're going to grow, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, prince and princesses, court jesters and court jesters. There ain't even no difference in the sex about all that. Michael Phoenix said, wisdom is not possible without making decisions and reflecting on what's applicable to the next situation from previous decisions. I know that's right. You got to dig in that. A previous decision is what we call your library. If you're on Instagram, it's about, my battery's about to die, so you better go back to Facebook because I know I feel another 5 or 10 minutes, so I can't guarantee that my Instagram is going to stay on. So if it dies out, you might want to go over back to my Facebook page. Yesterday, this is my last piece. I want to put this out here too. I saw somebody doing a video about why do the women be choosing, why do good guys finish last? Fellas, do you want to know why good guys finish last? Ladies, do you want to know why good guys finish last? Woo, I'm finna get all into this right here. It's because the woman is choosing the bad guy because she's not yet mature enough for the good guy. So it's always going to look like the good guy's coming in last. Ooh, that was a piece of wisdom yesterday. I used to be like, dang, why is she picking the bad guy? I'm king. I got the qualities. I got the leadership. I got Everything that you got finished hollering about what you wanted. But sometimes you can holler what you want and you're not mature enough to get it. You're not mature enough to keep it. You're not mature enough to be the gatekeeper of that. Did you know that every relationship you in, you the gatekeeper of that relationship? Because you holding up that side of the pillar? Did you know every relationship that you are in, you are a gatekeeper for that? Right. So brothers, when this woman comes along and you all into her and she go choose a sucker, then guess what? I'm talking about not only she choose a sucker, but she may go get with a nigga and have a baby with that nigga, but then don't even be with the nigga. And then you be like, daggone, I wanted to be queen, start a I wanted to be king and start a family and protect you and do all these things. And now you over here got to put a nigga on child support over there. And then you back looking at me talking about, hey, king. I'd be like, man, my feelings is hurt. But guess what? That person wasn't mature enough for me in that particular situation. Oh, for me, I done had this happen several times. And it's been me too. I haven't been, a woman came to me and, shot her shot and had something, on the offer on the table. And I was like, nah. And I went and chose some mess too. So guess what? That's how I know this is real, because I had a super, super queen. She was a Leo. She still is a Leo, but that's not her name, right? And she was like, we need to get married. And I was like, what? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you want to get married because your mama wants you to get married and your sister's about to get married. But I ain't doing all that. Woo, 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 woo. Knucklehead, that was the one. Yes, that was the one. It did not go nicely. I think I'm going to tell that story maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to share that story. I might share it later on today, but this is all y'all get for right now. And so I don't fret no more. My feelings don't be super, super hurt, because I have to understand, to deal with me, you got to be spiritually mature. For me, y'all love me some Leos. Boy, do I. Good gracious, have mercy. Woo. Anyway, to deal with me, a person got to be mature, because that's the path I'm on. I'm on the path of maturity in my relationship. I'm not the same as I was then. And now when I go back to that Leo and try to shoot my shot, guess what? She not the same as she was before either. She ain't the same either. You know what I'm saying? Like, the attraction for me may not be the same as that used to be. Like it used to be, she was engulfed with me. She was engulfed with me. What are you doing? Where are you at? Why it take you so long to call me back? Who you looking at? Woo, 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 woo. She went off. She married another cat. Listen, when I said we ain't get married, and then we broke up, 9 months later, she was married to a crackhead alcoholic. She knew he had a drinking problem, but she didn't know that he smoked crack until after they got married. Yes. So I really felt bad about that, but then I was just like, man, maybe we're not mature enough for each other. We wasn't toxic for each other, but we was going through some stuff for certain. But we love one another and still do. Yeah, so, I have like 10 that got away. People be talking about the one that got away. Now, I've had 10 or 15 get away. I ain't afraid of relationships. Can you swim? Then that's what you better do if you're talking about a relationship. Can you swim? If you can swim, then you can be in a relationship. If your swimming skills ain't like that, then you might not want to be in a relationship. What kind of swimming? Treading water, for one. Can you tread water? Okay, now can you move forward underwater? Can you stroke it? Can you breaststroke it? Can you backstroke it? But relationships and rivers, that's why you better know how to swim. She grew down. I like to join in that convo. Kalima, what do you mean you want to join in that convo? Tonight, we do have people, if you want to come on, it's a webinar, so all you got to do is have your camera, and then we can bring you in. And it's like that. And that's the way it is. Huh. Yeah. Now, we had a problem last week, but I'm going to give them like 2 more weeks to make sure I can have that connection to bring other people in, but you have to have a strong internet connection to come in through Webinar Jam. You have to. So we are definitely inviting people who are already signed up for class tonight. Who's already signed up? Please press 5. The relationship about me and the Leo. Oh, I'm definitely one that got away. I done got away from several of them for certain. Yeah, when they get in something else, I used to call it the Carter curse. If I shoot my shot and I say I'm gonna lay it down, and then and you tell me no, and then you go off and get with this bum and he damn drag you, that was the curse. My fault. I'll be like, please accept me, because if you don't accept all this blessing, the universe done sent me to you, then guess what's gonna happen? The universe ain't even gonna care nothing about your next 4, 5, or 6 relationships because you was hard-headed. That's me too. Tonight is at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. When the universe has sent me the right one and went through a whole bunch of trouble of setting up the water so it damn drained down into the river and be the right thing for me, and then I'll be like, nah, universe, nah, God, I ain't messing with her. The universe be like, well, since you know so much, we're gonna let you try to do this on your own. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's another thing about the replay. If you sign up for the class before class starts, it's $26, and the replay will be sent to you 1 hour after it's over. If you wait until afterwards and like Tuesday of next week, you say, I want that relationship class y'all did, it's going to be $35. So I would highly suggest that you go ahead and pay for it. Some people's like, I don't get off till 10. Guaranteed we'll still be on at 10 for certain. It ain't going to be no 1 hour. A lot of people come and they got a lot of questions. Even if it's only 5 people, guess what? You one of the 5. So I love smaller classes. I don't care what size the class is, me personally. Some people last week just chilled and sat and watched because that's what they wanted to do. So me and Jasmine are going to come on and do a live later on today too as well. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock. I'm going to go in here and send some emails out to people who didn't get emails. Also, when you register, it's a 2-step process. When you go to PayPal, and pay is not over, it's going to send you back to another link for you to register on the website. So you're going to get 2 email confirmations, one from Facebook and another one from Webinar Jam. Okay, so if you only get 1 email from PayPal, you didn't finish registering. So make sure you get 2, and please email me and say, Coach, I'm in. I got my second one. Send me a screenshot to my messenger to let me know that you in. Okay, good. You do have to, you as a private password that's unique for every person too. So don't ask me what your password is, because I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be in that confirmation email, so don't lose it. All right. Cheryl said, because the questions we sometimes have are asked, if patience that happens. Sometimes a lot of the questions that you think are just you the only one got that burning question, somebody else got that burning question about relationships too, okay? So tonight it's going to be sex magic, rituals, candle work, spells, astro magic, some astrology to help you identify not your love language, but your relationship language, all right? But yeah, well, I forgot what I said to make Covina say, I was talking about, I guess something about when you're not mature enough for that relationship, and you get bust upside the head in the next relationship. But please quit using old relationship as excuses. That's how I want to close today. If you are using old relationships as an excuse, if you ain't had sex in 2 or 3 years, this is where you should be at, okay? Really, 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 really. And all this, I'm protecting myself and I love the space that I'm in and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Listen, you can't grow unless you do the opposite of what you've already mastered. So you can't sit here and be guaranteed, because if you saying I'm protecting the space I'm already in, so I don't want to interact with nobody else because that person may rock my boat or do something like that, then you ain't gonna never have no healthy, happy relationship, because it's flow, man. Relationships is like a river. The class is $26 if you sign up before the class starts. If you sign up tomorrow, it's going to be $35. All right? Yes. So the class tonight, All classes will always be $26 unless it's like some super fly person that's on there and they just like, no, that's not enough. But I really ain't even looking for that. So it's always going to be $26 because that's respectful. That's like the cost. Really, that's like 2 movie tickets, really, or 1 movie ticket and something at the stand, at the concession stand. So it's a nice date night for yourself, okay? So hopefully you'll be here, you'll get the value, and people, everybody who was on last week and you paid $26, was it worth it? If it was worth the $26, if you came last week, how much was the course worth to you? Did you get your money's worth? Because what we want to do is that we want to undercharge and over deliver. That's why I got it set up like that. So I know good and well I can always go way over $26. I'm going to give you $1,000 worth of stuff off the gate. Should be called a self-love class. It's a self-discovery class because you can't love yourself until you discover who you are. I like self-love, but it's relationship with yourself, relationship with your partner. So tonight we want questions about how can I love myself better? How can I receive love from my partner better? What can I do better? I don't want to be talking about what I do wrong. I want you to ask me what can I do right? What can I do differently to support myself and to love myself? That's what we're doing right here. All right. Cheryl said, me and Jasmine are super fly. We are, absolutely. She's flyer, you know what I'm saying? With the Pisces energy and the flow, 26 equals 8. We went over that early in the video. It's wisdom, equality, all being born to build and destroy. So that 8 is the infinity, it's magic. You're always going to be building and destroying. You're never going to be stagnant in one place. Never, ever. So when you try to go in, that's why I said it's the relationships and river. That's the name of this video. When you're going into a relationship, it's about changing. It's about growing. It's about moving from where you were. And 8 in the supreme mathematics is build and destroy. Sometimes you have to destroy some things before you can build on top of it. You got to dig. All houses, they had to dig down into the earth to create a foundation before they went up. All buildings, before they went up, they had to go way down and destroy some earth before they could go up. So you have to destroy. A lot of you got a child inside of you that you need to destroy. A lot of you have a counterfeit personality inside of you that you need to destroy, including myself. I've done so much clearing work on destroying the child inside of me. Not the fun part of me, but the child that be trying to make decisions because I'm injured. Ooh, she hurt me, so I'm always going to be holding on. I'm going to be holding on to this person hurting me before. And then that's my excuse. I got to destroy that part of the child. And the 2 is wisdom. Wisdom and equality is I want to deal in a relationship where there's, you know what I'm saying? When I say equally yoked, we're going to talk about that tonight too. What does equally yoked mean? Ooh, it doesn't mean they're like me. They don't look like me. I don't mean Tauruses should go with Tauruses. Christians should go with Christians. Scorpio should go with Scorpio. That's not equally yoked, okay? So equality and being equally yoked tonight, we're going to discuss what equally yoked is. I'm going to give y'all some fly-ass astrology lesson. At the beginning, it's going to be crazy. And then I'm going to let Jasmine whip it real good. Whip it real good. That's a song Invicta I used to play when I was in the 9th grade. Yeah, it was a hard song. I might play it tonight for the warm-up. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming. What's the number one thing you got from this video today that you can apply in your life and use right now? That you're going to be like, yo, what he just said, I'm taking that and I'm using it today. Please let me know. Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do today? What up, K-Sha? Yeah, you got to be a clearing machine. You got to be a clearing machine. On a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do? 10, keep doing what you're doing, Kyrie. 8, it was pretty good. 1, don't ever do this again. Yanetta Holmes, welcome aboard. Please watch the replay. Also, press 2 if you just getting here to share this video because somebody that you know needs to see it. Or that's the payment for me for doing these lives is I want everybody to share the video so it can get out there. All right? I'm trying to challenge your thinking. Just went to sign up and it was 11:11 exactly. I know I'm in the right place at the right time. Oh, you an hour behind. So we're going to see you tonight then, 8 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock p.m. Everybody who's going to be up in the building, I definitely look forward to seeing you. It's going to be crazy fun. It's going to be litty. This is week 2. Next week is going to be week 3, week 4. Y'all determine the content, not us. So come with your questions. Please bring birthdays. Please bring birthdays. If you don't know nothing about astrology, it don't even matter. You know something about relationships, don't you? You know something about sex, don't you? You know something about wanting to be happy, don't you? All right, then come through. All right, Team Gemini is checking in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it and look forward to seeing everybody in the course. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. That is the website. I'm just trying to let it all be seen. And yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. I found you in peace. I'm going to leave you in prayer. And the Bakoa, Kijala Kiminka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renard, Amcha Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nagibo, the Shea Yakadeka, Kabava Sharman, Barkham Taram, Raka May, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamma, Kasim Kadosh, Badaruf Tufka, Nahel Adateka, Yakid Gehel, Amchapanez, Craig Katushka Taker, Shavatanuka Bel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yadea Tahalamo, Burukshim, Kovo Makuto, Lalam Vaed. Woo! I received that I had to destroy the child in me that doesn't serve me. Absolutely. Ruth James, you better be on the front row tonight too. Oh, when you sign up, put your phone number in because you're going to receive a text this week 15 minutes before this starts. Okay? I got it set up where you're going to be receiving a text 15 minutes before. D-Mac, you welcome to come too. I know we go way back, but you ain't never been to a class of mine. And tonight, you know what I'm saying, wisdom, equality, all being born to build, destroy. The class is $26. Come on through and show some love for your brother. And come on through the relationship class. Maybe you have something to share. Maybe you might want to learn something from an old cat who's been out here for a while. But I look forward to seeing everybody who's coming. Thanks everybody who shared the video and pressed 2. And big shouts out to all my Virgos out here. It is Virgo season, so we're getting ready to get analytical with this piece. I'm going to holler at y'all. Salute. Peace.